Hi everyone, I'm Chris the Camping Stitcher and I'm back for Flosstube episode number 19, how to look at my notes. It is January 8th, Sunday, 2023. Happy New Year. Thank you for coming back. I hope you had a wonderful holiday and a wonderful New Year. I really appreciate you sticking with me. If you're new here, welcome. This is my channel where I jibber jabber about mostly cross stitch, some other crafts. I forgot one in the other room, so probably gonna have to pause this and go get it because I wanted to show it to you guys. Do a little quilting, I do some knitting, crochet. I'm gonna be doing some wool applique because why not? So anyway, welcome. I do mostly talk about the cross stitching and / other crafts in the beginning, and at the end I'll have a campfire story, so I'll let you know in case you're not interested and you can sign off and watch another Flosstuber. So okay, what's new? Well, I guess the big thing since the last time I talked to you guys is retirement is coming soon. I officially put in my papers for work to retire from my paraeducator job after 25 years. So my school days will end in June of this year. So I'm really looking forward to it. I'm super excited. My husband's super excited. He got me the shirt. He also got me the mug. Actually, you have to let your school know, and then, you know, there's budgetary things, so you have to let them know before a certain date. So when I got back from holiday break, I submitted my papers. It felt kind of weird because it was just like, hey, Happy New Year, I'm going. But, you know, it's kind of the way you have to do it. And then this morning, my husband and I filled out the official paperwork for the state, which isn't much. It's just, you're gonna retire, yes, blah, blah, blah. Who's your beneficiary, blah, blah, blah. What's your date, blah, blah, blah. So that's all put in. So that's kind of like the biggest thing. I am a little bit under the weather. I have like a little bit of a head cold. Came home from work a little bit early on Friday because I was just feeling pretty bad and didn't want to spread it around. And I just really was falling asleep in my chair when I got home. So I guess it was a good thing I came home early. I haven't had much stitching time. I you know, like I said, I didn't feel good. So like I should have been resting, but instead I was just doing stuff. It's just, I would rest and I would get up and do something. I'm trying to clean out my room. It doesn't look like I did, but I'm trying to clean out a lot of stuff that I haven't used. So that being said, I was going through all my shelves back here, and I had, no lie, I must have, I mean, at least 100 books. At least, you know, knitting, lace knitting, some crocheting, just some crafts that I might have tried and I, you know, didn't stick with. And I had 2 big piles of books to put in the car, and books weigh a ton. So I really had no get up and go to do that. So my husband got everything in the car. I had a little louvered sewing case that no one really wanted, and I had a couple of like a box of French ivory. I had we had a box of CDs. I mean, we don't even listen to CDs anymore. Everything's online, and we just took it down to Habitat. And the way that Habitat, the restore, works here is that you drive up and they come out with, you know, they either take the stuff out of your car for you, or they had to come out with a little dolly for all my books. I'm telling you right now, I don't even know if I had to put them back for whatever bizarre reason. I don't even know where I fit them because it doesn't look like I got that much room. But I did get a lot of room. Like up here, I moved all my weaving yarns out of the way, and I put some of my cross stitch out, and I have my patterns back there, and here's my thread, my floss tree. This is still all yarn, and I really need to go through that and kind of call out what I think I'm going to use. And I have to be honest with you, the only thing that I ever was really glad that I kept was my cross stitch stash. Everything else is just, if I haven't used it in a while, I used to make baskets. See all that basketry stuff? You want it? Let me know. You can come get it. I have like all these reeds and it's so like things that I try, like baskets, they're hard on your hands. I mean, your hands are in water. It's wonderful to make baskets. I give people a lot of credit that if you do that, I don't know how you keep, maybe you wear gloves, I don't know. But when I was doing it like 10 years ago, you were dunking your hands in water the whole time. I can't. I wash my hands so much at work. Anyway, jibber jabber, see? So anyway, I've been cleaning up my room because I need to move those bookcases forward to lay down the new floor. And then once that strip where they're sitting is laid down, I need to move them back. So those cases I have to be able to empty them out, and they have to be light enough for me to move around. So, plus I don't need this stuff. Too much stuff. Anyway, what else is new? Oh, so, I have a new category, a new segment. It's going to be what I forgot to tell you last time. What I forgot to tell you last time is I have a snow day stitch. Oh my good gracious. It's here somewhere. And since we had that one little bit of snow, and we're supposed to get a little bit of snow tonight, I'm really excited about it. It's not going to be much. It'd be lovely to wake up to enough to, interfere with school, but I don't think that's going to happen. Anyway, I did start my snow day stitch. It is Quaker Snowflakes by Hello from Liz Matthews. And it is on the called for fabric, which is Haunted by Picture This Plus. And it is 36 count, also known as 1000 count. And that's what I have done. Now, I love the fabric. I love the color. But there's a reason why, I'm pretty sure, I understand, because I like 36 count and I like stitching 1/2. I'm pretty sure Liz used 32 count because Picture This Plus is a very tight weave. And this 36 count is probably more like 40. So silly me just didn't do that. She just, I'm a 36 count stitcher and blah, 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 blah. Anyway, I'm using the called for threads, which are NPI. And yes, I do have them on drops. And I know, people, there's, aren't these little floor straps so cute? These are from Kara when she sent me the fabric for my whip that I'll show you that I just started, Whimsical Winter. She sent me some of her floor straps. I have to do this with Vistaprint. Anyway, these are the called for NPIs. And what I do is I put them on drops, and then when I am not stitching with them, they go in floss away bags. But this makes it easy. I don't like using the skein. I don't. I get a little, Anyway, that's what I forgot to tell you. That's my new segment, what I forgot to tell you last time. So look forward to next time when I forget to tell you something this time, because I'm sure there'll be something. That was my snow day stitch. I have notes. See these awesome Flosstube? The Flosstube video planner by Naptime Stitcher, Katie. Totally get it. Okay, so I had some FFOs. I had a few at the end of the year. I kind of got waylaid with that power outage, so some things I finished right after Christmas, which was fine because I had the week off. My big finish was I finished completely Autumn Rules by Primrose Cottage Stitches, and I am so happy with how it turned out. Something just fell over. Yeah, because I've been cleaning and piling things up. Anyway, so this is Did I say autumn rules? Oh my gosh. Christmas rules. Ay, ay, ay. Anyway, what am I talking about? Christmas rules. So this is a fence post my husband made, and he just stained it with oak stain. And I put the pieces done. I want to say it's Hemingway, 36 count Hemingway by Needle and Flax. I did change some of the colors. I did post that on my Instagram. If you want the color conversion, just message me and I'll send it to you. I mounted it and pinned it on foam core with some quilt batting underneath it. I put a little rickrack on it. And then I took another piece of foam core, some scraps I had, and I put the Priscilla's Pretty Plaids on that. I used double-sided tape to hold it. Scotch makes an acid-free, I believe it's acid-free, double-sided tape that works wonderfully. So I just put it on the one side and fold the fabric to the back. Maybe I could show you. Oh, I use command strips to hold this on here. So here, I put the double-sided tape here, and I just fold the fabric to the back, and it sticks fantastic. No problem. I use the command strips. I made a bow, and I just pinned it into the foam core. You can see the pin sticking out of the foam core. And this way, when I do have autumn rolls, command stick straight on there. It holds it perfectly. I mean, you're not doing anything with it, so it's not like it's gonna see pressure put on it. But when I switch this out for autumn rolls, and I think I'm also gonna do hive rolls, and I'll finish it in the same kind of way where I'll back it and mount it and put it on this board with the command strips. Works good. I don't know if it's cost effective as opposed to magnets. I mean, you could use magnets. Why not? Magnets and washers like Priscilla does. But I had command strips, so that's what I used. So that was the first fully finished object. Then I had a couple of more little pillow finishes. The first one I finished was Heartstring Sampleries, Love and Joy. And I love how it came out. I just backed it in some snowflake fabric, and the labels from Ever Emblem, perfect. And I have a little charm and a little 2022. I have to order the 2023s. So I had finished this, and I had two other finishes that needed to be made into pillows. So I quickly just said, well, I'm going to just do all three of them. So I got Gathering Snowflakes by Luminous Fiber Arts. I cut out a piece of backing. Actually, I used some chenille. I glued it on. Glue. So this is Gathering Snowflakes by Luminous Fiber Arts. And I just used some blue ticking. The labels are great. They're iron-on, and they are just, I love them. And I put a little snowman in the year and the safety pin. And this is chenille from Lady Dot Creates. Oh my gosh, can't talk. And then the last one, well, not the last one, second to last one, is the 2018 Prairie Schooler Santa. I love snowmen. I collect them. So I used Priscilla's Pretty Plaids for the back, my label, and a little snowflake charm and the year charm and a lint fuzzy. Oh my goodness, picks up fuzz. So that was another FFO. And then I had started the companion piece to Love and Joy, which I'm pretty sure it was an exclusive from Jingle Ball. So I'm not sure if it's readily available. It is called Joy Altogether. I used a little slice of the Hemingway that I had left over I had like an L-shaped piece left over from Christmas Rules, and I used it for this companion piece to this, and I used Manor Red, Classic Colorworks Manor Red for the thread. So I also glued some Lady Dot Creates chenille on there. It was a thin chenille, and I didn't put a pin on this yet because I don't have 2023. This was my first finish of 2023, which is kind of cool. So I think I got it all. Yep, those are all my FFOs. I don't have any finishes. I've just been kind of like flitting around with my stitching. Trying to follow my notes, see? Did want to show you my book of days. So I have put my 2023 book of days in my happy planner, and this is what I ended up doing with the 2022. So you can get the small discs because the happy planner is a disc bound planner. So once I took this out of my big planner, I just put it on the discs. So now it's bound once again. And that was December's. This was my list of WIPs that I transferred into the happy planner, but that was December's entries. And so that'll go on my shelf for record keeping purposes. And I did the same thing with this year's happy planner, this year's book of days. So here's my happy planner, and right in front of January, this is a dashboard. These are called dashboards. You can get them at Hobby Lobby or online. So what I did was I took the book of days, I took the two staples that were holding it in the center, I opened it up, I put my quilting ruler down on it, and I took my rotary cutter and I cut it straight up the middle. And then I just put a couple of pages at a time into the punch. So you need an 11 hole punch for this size because this is 11 ring discs. And it's hard to hold up, but this is January's, and this is another dashboard so I can keep my place. And over here, I just put my new starts, any FOs, any finishes, FFOs, and then what I work on every day. So, which came in handy because I have the Lori Holt Fat Quarter Shop. Maybe it's Lori Holt. It's from Fat Quarter Shop. It's the Cross Stitch Journal. They're little, and that's where I keep the sprocket pictures. That's like a permanent record of my finishes, so I don't take that anywhere with me. I would take this with me if I went, like, you know, if we would go out camping or stuff, or I might just take you can get these discs in several different sizes, so I can even take out the book of days. I'll link the disc set that I bought because they're smaller than this. You can get I think it's 1 inch and there's 1.5 inch. It depends on how thick you want it. But in this, I have the Stitch Along tracker from Naptime Stitcher. And I have these separated with the little dashboards. And the dashboards seem to come 3 to a pack. And they're hard plastic, so they just divide things. It's like a divider. And then I have my WIP tracker. And on my WIP tracker, she has so you have a spot for pattern, designer, series, number and series, location, start date, and finish date. Well, I'm going to take my white out or something, and instead of series, I'm going to put the fabric that I use, the count, and the dyer. This way, when I'm talking to you guys, all I ever need is to look at this tracker. I don't have to thumb through a journal or my book of days to figure out what fabric I use, so I can tell you the right information. Let's see what else. Oh, I have a little Stitching Friends, like a little phone book kind of thing. Keep track of your Stitchy pals. You know, if you send them something or they send you something, you can send them a thank you. The other dividers for the book of days. And then you go right into your regularly scheduled calendar that comes with this happy planner, where I put other things, you know, like somebody's birthday or an appointment I have or something. So everything's all here. I'll jot notes down about stuff I want to tell you, or new floss tubes I find to me. And that's about it. That's my happy planner. I'm happy about it. I have to go back to my WIP page because I have some things to tell you about. So that's the book of days for 2022 and 2023. That's the happy planner. Now I guess it's time for what I've been working on, my WIPs. I was going to do a WIP parade today, but like I said, I'm still feeling a little under the weather, and I don't know. I wanted this floss tube to be on the shorter side. So maybe in between this floss tube and the next, I'll do a WIP parade, because there's 24. I have 23 WIPs. Because I'm UFOing something, and I'm sending it to my friend Nancy, the Disorderly Stitcher. She wants it. I'm glad she wants it, and she's going to work on it, and that leaves me room, because guess who decided to do WIPGO? I have no words. Sorry. Anyway, let's go to the WIPs. I had 2 new starts. One was the Maker and Mender, for the Maker and Mender Sal. A bunch of us are doing that from the Tipsy Bunny group. Friends that we made when we were at the Jingle Ball. So it's the Maker and Mender by Bernard Gervais. I'm going to try to hold it up the right way this time, because I keep wiggle-waggling it. And these are the threads. This is my start on it. Oh my goodness, I don't have my board. Oh, wait. Accidentally prepared. All right. This is my start on it. It is so pretty, and it's going to be fast. I'm too scattered. I was booking along on it, and then I said, oh, let's do WIPGO. And then heck broke loose. So this is done on, see, I'm flipping the WIP tracker, and boop, there it is. Dirt Tracks. This is Dirt Tracks by Fox and Rabbit. It is 36 count. It's It's beautiful. It's beautiful. I know they're coming out with it at market. I'm going to get more of this. This is awesome. I love the fabric. That's about it. Yep, Fox and Rabbit. Gosh. Don't mind the... And I have like two bags that I've bought from other makers, but I've made the majority of my bags. So this is my little owl. There's owls on the inside fabric. Okay, so that was one new start, Maker and Mender, and that's the Maker and Mender Sal. I'll put the hashtag down below. I just dropped a bunch of stuff. Oh my gosh. I could tell you I'm not really 100%. The other new start I had, oh lordy, it's here. Talk amongst yourselves. The other new start I had is Santa Stops Here. Oh my goodness gracious. Talk about scatterbrained. And it's here. Yep, right here. This is a bag that I bought from somebody else. I can't remember who. Rag something on Etsy. I'll link it below. They're a little oversized and they're awesome. I love the bags that she makes. See, they're so cute. It's got snowmen on it. And it's pretty big. Anyway, so Santa Stops Here, which is the Santa Stops Here Sal. Love it. And I started this on January 3rd. Sorry, got my hoop here. Hoop, there it is. And that's my start. I love it. I'm using the called for floss, and it is on the called for fabric winter's brew. And I did get a fat quarter of it. And I was really concerned that the masonry wouldn't show. But it really does show. Those are the colors. Really neat. I love working on this. Kind of like mad that I made myself do WIPGO, so now I have to pay attention to that. Actually, it's your WIPGO. You do whatever you want, but I'm trying to be organized. I'm not sure it's working. A few other things that I worked on, because this was on my WIPGO. Which is in here. I have to show it to you because I already redid it once. It's ridiculous. Seriously. Okay. So I said, well, I have all these WIPs and I really want some kind of way. I don't want to just say, oh, I'm going to pull this out next week and then I never get to it. So this affords me an opportunity to work on 2 things a month. Perfect. So my goal is, there's my board. My goal is to I made it very easy and low pressure because I'm so rebellious against myself, is just to work on each thing that's called 4 times that month. And if I work on it more, great. And if I work on it the 4 times, that's my goal. Now, my stitching day is my stitching day. So if I get to do 1 thread that day, that counts. If I get an hour, that counts. If I work on it all day, that counts. I mean, so 6 and 10 were the numbers called for January. So number 6 is Strawberry Manor, and I'll show you that. And number 10 is Hope Song, which I haven't done anything on since the last time you saw it. So I'll show you that next time. But Strawberry Manor, oh, I love this chart, but boy, yesterday, it took me all stinking day, all day, to do this little guy's coat. I'm telling you, I was that scattered. That's where I am. And, oopsie, this is what I did yesterday, just this coat. I don't know if you could see that. Not even the pants, not the boots, just the coat. And I gotta be honest with you, I'm gonna tell you something. It's a half a stitch off, top to bottom. I don't know how that happened. I made it work out, but so that is a page finish. That is page 6. It was this flower, this heart, this bird, these birds, and this dude. And then I just have that corner to do. So when I finish my WIPGO goals, I'll get back to this because I think I can make that a finish in January. It's an awesome chart. I think she's releasing it soon, if not at market. Don't quote me on that. But I know she's going to be releasing this Strawberry Manor. So that's Teresa Kogut. And, oh my goodness gracious. The fabric it's on is Hog Bristle by Fox and Rabbit. And I'm using all the called for floss. She has some fancy floss and then the DMC substitutes, and in some places I'm using the DMC. So, okay. The other thing I worked on, which you saw, I only did the last 2 blocks on it, so I'll show it to you. This is my advent calendar from Crochet Go-Go, and whoopsie, I finished the last 2 blocks. I think you saw this one. I was working on that one, and I finished this one and this one. And now down here is the big sleigh with Santa. So that will be done by next Christmas. I can't wait. That'll be awesome when it's done. I think I'm going to actually do the magnetic hangers on that. I don't know if you've seen them. I'm ordering a few. I'm going to order one for my modern folk embroidery and another smaller piece I have. They're like dowel rods that are magnetic, and one goes at the top and one goes at the bottom, and it just has a hanger on it. So it's like a scroll rod or a, I don't know what they're called. Bell pull? Yeah, maybe bell pull. So, and then today I pulled out, because it is Super Stitch Sunday, I pulled out my Consider the Lilies, because that's got to get worked on. And I managed to do, I don't know how, because it took me all day to do that guy's jacket yesterday. I have 2 more motifs done. Well, and I'm working on a third. So that's where I am right now. And I did the tree and this little berry sprig, and there's a bee I'm working on right there. But that's where I am right now. Sorry about the light through there. So this is going to be what I stitch on today, because it's Super Stitch Sunday. Another rule I put on myself, that I said I wasn't going to put rules on myself, because it's my stitching and I do what I want. I guess it is my stitching and I'm doing what I want. So that brings us to haul. Okay. You know, I told you about that I have these Google documents that have all my patterns and stuff on them. Well, they only work if you check them. And I had been clearing out a shelf and realized that I have 2 of these, which is awesome. So that's going to be a future giveaway. But isn't he adorable? I think Lorraine, Heart to Hand, on Instagram, she is stitching this. It is so cute. And it's so, I probably could do it for the 80s thing. The 80s stitch along that's going on with Kitsy Stitcher. But, I don't even mind the back stitch on that. Look at it. It's like Santa quilts. I'm there. So that was one piece of haul. And then, because I've seen this several times, and Jingle All the Way, such cute little smalls to make. I would like to show you. Oh, here. Maybe here I can show it to you. How cute are they? Look at that. And they look like quick projects. I think I'll make a few of them. Oh, look at the snowflakes. Wouldn't that be nice for a little gift? Yeah. I think Heather and Jeanette, originally I saw this on their Flosstube, which, by the way, they're back. I watched them. They're back. Welcome back, girls. I missed you. Oh, how cute is this wall hanging? Totally gonna make that. That would look awesome on my Hoosier. So that's haul. Okay. So I ordered that Santa, and because you can't have anything travel alone, I did not have this Prairie Schooler. I have a Prairie Year 2, and this is a Prairie Year 1, just the Prairie Year. It's the first one, and it's actually one of the original cardstocks. So I'm super happy about that. Got it from the same seller. And the last piece of haul I have, well, not the last piece, other than the PDFs from Teresa Koget's Patreon. So I made my grandson his stocking, and I made both of my boys their stockings. So when my daughter-in-law was showing me the stockings on their mantle, there was my son's and my grandson's. She was like, and here's mine. And she was like, it kind of looks... And I said, I'd be happy to make you a stocking. And she was like, I was so happy. I was happy to do it. So we were talking back and forth for a little bit. And basically what she was looking for was something vintagey, because she had a cross-stitched stocking when she was little. and she was looking for something vintagey. She was looking for something that reminded her of that stocking, and that one had a rocking horse on it, and she wanted it to kind of match my son's stocking. So I went and did a search on, you know, rocking horses, and I came up with my son's stocking. This is the one I did make for my son. And I said to her, I can get the same one if you want the same one. And she was like, that would be cool. So, and this should be, it's not going to be a big months long project, because it's a smaller stocking and there's not full coverage stitching on it, but it's the kit. It's the same stinking kit, and it is from 1986. And I made my son's when he was a baby, so I think that's going to be really neat. So I'm going to make that for her. I love it. I love when they ask me to make them something, because I know that they want it. You know, it's not like, you know, you make something and you give it to somebody and you're like, oh, maybe they'll like it, maybe they won't. When you know somebody wants something, it just makes it that much more special. So I'm really excited to do that for her. And then the last couple of things I have for haul is from the Teresa Kogut Patreon. I am on the level 4, so we get 3 charts, and for a bonus, I think it was up until yesterday though, because I think she's releasing this at market. There's the needle and flax. How cute is that? I love it. I love that spinning wheel and the sheep. And then this is called Thy Neighbor. Oh my God. Thy Neighbor. Oh my God, I can't talk. How cute is that? It says, with all thy soul, love God above, and as thyself, thy neighbor love. See, I said it fine there. Oh my gosh, I'm so tired. Then there is this one called I Live in a Cottage. So pretty. I'm torn between that and the next one. Actually, I think I'm going to start when I'm done with Strawberry Manna. This is called Happy House. How pretty is that? Happy is the house that shelters a friend. Isn't that so pretty? So that is, if you're not a member of Teresa's Patreon, if you're not a patron of Teresa's Patreon, it's so worth it. It's so worth it. You get so much. She gives so much, and she's just, her designs are beautiful. So that leaves me with, what are we up to? Haul. I have my whips, my new starts. See, look at these notes come in handy. I'm doing WIPGO. I know I said I don't like directives, but like I said, that's just pretty much a very loosey-goosey goal. And if it helps me touch, I just want 2023 to be the year that I touch all my whips. Rather than just start. I want to work on them. I want to see some of them get done, because some of them are like halfway done. So, and I want to see some progress. I want to see some progress on Consider the Lilies. I mean, it's all motifs. So if you get like a couple of motifs done every time you pick it up, eventually something's going to get finished. The sals I have right now are the Maker Mender sal, the Santa Stops Here sal, and Consider the Lilies was my birthday start. It's my BAP for Bab, my big butt birthday for my big butt sal or whatever, big butt project for my big birthday. So who have I been watching? Oh, my playlist. So Heather and Jeanette are back. Crafty Cottage Stitchers. They're back. They made a Flosstube last week. I was happy to see them. I've been watching Carolyn Stitches. I'll link her below. She's awesome. She is actually going to be doing the Nora Corbett, the reindeer set, which I would love to do, but I can't commit to all those beads. I just can't. And Narissa's Stitching Lifestyle. She's got a lot of beautiful stitches, and I think she just put out her second floss tube. So I'll link her below too. So give her a look-see, because she's got a lot of beautiful stitching. She's got a tree behind her in this latest floss tube. I didn't finish watching it, and it's filled with cross stitch. So go give them a look. So I think that's about it. Plans, I kind of WIPGO it. And I think that's all I've got, really. I'm looking around, and I think I showed you everything. And if I didn't, it'll be what I forgot in the next floss tube, my new segment. So now's the part where I'll tell you a campfire story. So if you're not interested, I'll see you next time. Thank you for watching. I appreciate it. Give me a like and a comment. I love the comments. I read them all, and I try to comment on all of them. I'm just trying to think. See, I have this little book here. I'm going to write down all the stories I want to tell you guys. So I think I'm going to tell you the story about our camping trip the one year in Rhinebeck, New York. We used to go every year in October because there's a fiber festival up there, which is the New York Sheep and Wool Festival. And pre-pandemic, I would go every year. I would go to two of them, one in Rhinebeck, New York, and one in Maryland, the Maryland Sheep and Wool. I haven't gone since the pandemic, and I've got so much yarn. There. Anyway, so we go camping there, and the campground is Norrie's Mills Campground. It's right on the Hudson River. And there's the river on one side of you, and then there's the train tracks on the other. My husband loves it because you get to hear the river boats, and then you hear the train go by. It's dry camping, what we call dry camping, which means that we don't have hookups. But it's in the fall, so you don't need air conditioning. And we have solar panels, and we have a generator, and we can charge everything. And this is when we still had our travel trailer, not the RV. And so I would use the shower in the bathhouse. So the one morning I went to go take a shower, got into the bathhouse. There was nobody else in there. And they have like these two stalls with showers in them. And on the floor, they have that rubber matting, so you don't slip and fall and break your neck. So I go to take the shower. I turn on the water. And I touch the metal to turn on the water, and I got shocked. And I was like, that was weird. So I touched it again, because why wouldn't you? Just to make sure you got shocked. So I got shocked twice in the shower, and I'm standing on a rubber mat. So I'm like, I'm not getting how this is happening. Something's weird. So I take my shower, get out of there, go back to the campsite. My husband goes, how's the shower? And I said, well, I got shocked. He goes, what? I said, I'm not kidding you. And I did it twice just to make sure. I mean, it was like low voltage, but I mean, of course, obviously, or else I would have been really hurt. But he goes, that's impossible. He goes, there's no way you can get shocked in that shower. And I'm like, seriously, I got shocked. Not once, but twice, because I had to go, touch it again. And it wasn't when you turn on the water. It was like if you touch the pipe that the water, the shower head came out of. So we went out a little bit later that day. We come back, and the bathhouse is closed. It's, got pylon, the orange cones and the tape across the door and everything. So my husband goes over to the office to say, what's going on with the bathhouse. And they said to him, well, somebody went into the men's room this morning. And I didn't even think to go tell anybody, because there was nobody in the office, of course, at that early in the morning. I couldn't have told anybody. So my husband goes over to the office, and they said, well, there was somebody in the bathroom, in the men's room, and he got shocked. And we went and we checked, and yes, there's a problem, but we don't know what it is. We don't know why there's an electrical current running through the pipes in the bathhouse. So my husband comes back, and he goes, I'm really sorry. You got shocked. And I'm like, I know I got shocked. I was the one that got shocked. He goes, no, seriously, they closed the bathhouse, and there's a problem, and they don't know what it is. Now, then the power company comes in and they've got all these workers around and the ranger's there. And I'm feeling terrible because I didn't tell anybody because I thought I was losing my mind. And then he thought I was losing my mind. And there was no way I got shocked, but I really got shocked. So it turns out then the bathhouse is closed. So we're dry camping. Now we have a camper and we have a bathroom and we could use it. We have water tanks, we could fill it up. We could take showers. We can get water from the pump and everything that wasn't in the bathhouse. But there are people in tents and there's no bathroom. So they had to go down the other end of the campground and use the main bathhouse, which didn't have a shocking problem. So it turns out late that night, the power company figures it out. Someone came in and stole the copper ground that grounded the electricity in the bathhouse. They stole it. They took it because copper's worth money. They took it. They took the ground. So the whole bathhouse was like electrified. So lucky. Nobody unbelievable. Only us. So that's my story about the shocking trip to Rhinebeck, New York and camping up there that one year. I was like, I don't want to say I've never had anything like that happen, but I've never had anything like that happen. Let's face it, you don't expect to go into a bathroom, touch metal, and get shocked. So that's my story. That's my campfire story this week. Anyway, thank you for watching. I'm sorry about the scatterness. Like I said, I have a little head cold, so it's affecting my thinking process. I will be back in 2 weeks. I hope you have a good 2 weeks. I hope you're having a wonderful start to your new year. Let me know what you're up to. Leave a comment. I love hearing from you guys. And stitch away. Bye.